We'll begin by defining our variable, and I'm going to let L, lowercase l, represent the number of livestock from the prior year. And I'm going to use that now to create equations or expressions that represent the number of livestock now. So the goats were 40% last year, so that's 0.40 L. And this year we had a decrease of 5%. So we're going to take away from that 0.04 L times 0.05. And when we do that, we end up with 0.38 L. So that tells me that the goats are down to 38%. I'll use a similar process for the cows. Now the cows were an increase. They began at 10%, so 0.10 L, and then an increase means we'll be adding to them. So we'll be adding, they went up 9%, so we'll be taking the amount that we used to have, multiply it by 0.09, and then add that to the amount from last year. So when we do that, we get 0.109 L. So that means that the number of cows has increased, right, from the 10% it was last year. And now the chickens. Chickens are also an increase. So chickens used to be half of the livestock, so 0.5 times L. And then to that we're going to add, they've gone up 15%, so we'll take the 0.5 L, multiply that by the decimal approximate equivalent, which is 0.15, and then when I multiply that together, I get 0.575 L. So that shows me how much the chickens have gone up. Now if I add together the goats and the cows with the increase and the chickens with the increase, I end up with 1.064 times L. Well, what does that tell me? So what we had before was 100%, or the one here, 100% of the livestock. And what we have now, so let's write that out. This is basically 106.4%. So the 100% was already there, it was already included. And what we'll be able to say now then is that there was an increase, even with the goats going down, there was an overall increase of 6.4%. So you have this 100%, which is the amount now, and then you have an increase into the current year.